My experience with Ludwigia repens has been hit and miss. It's often a very hardy plant that will take off from the tiniest stalk, but other times it just seems to die off. Now this tank, with CO2 injection and high light, is doing very well. You can see the large stem plant in the center of the shot. It has nice radial leaves that are lush and green. But in other tanks, the lower leaves and stem seem to die off first, and it just struggles to hang on. Now this may be due to other plants out competing it for nutrients, low light, perhaps even allelochemicals exuded by other plants that are detrimental to it. So I'd like to remove the Ludwigia that I have in my last 10-gallon low light tank and put it in here where it can take off. Then perhaps in future I can propagate it and try again in other tanks. Notice how the Ludwigia repens in this tank is growing quite spindly. The lower leaves have desiccated and are falling off, and the stems are beginning to rot. There is some new growth at the top, the 2 specimen on the left, and the leaves are quite green, but they're very small, and you can tell that the plants are struggling. So I'll remove them from this tank and replace it with plants that are doing quite well here. I have some nice plants to add, but I believe because of their size, it's going to be necessary to remove some of the hardscape. Now I have 5 pieces of hardscape showing, and you want to keep an odd number because it looks more natural. But I believe, especially with all the bushy plants like hornwort, the best course of action would be to remove the large centerpiece, and I'll show you from the side why that's an issue. Here from the side, in the center of the hardscape, you can see there's a nice path going between the rocks, but the rock on the right is too thick, and it's resting against the mother rock on the extreme right next to the sponge filter. So if I remove that rock and replace it with something about the same size but thinner, I believe I'll have enough of a path to add my nice plants there. Okay, first to get this one out of the way, now this one is much thinner, so it should fit appropriately here to make a path for the new plants. I'll start with the largest one. This is Cryptocoryne wendtii. I already have some in the front there. The Cryptocoryne wendtii fills the scape in very nicely, and lots of bushy foliage provides plenty of cover for Endler's livebearer fry.